To our Norman Seawright, just a heartbreaking loss for NBA fans all across the country today. Norman.
Yeah, Liz, Kobe Bryant's impact on basketball really lies in what a relentless competitor that he was. His famous mentality even applied to life outside the game. The legacy he left behind was already set in stone with all that he accomplished.
Between his 5 NBA championships, being named twice the NBA Finals MVP, an 18-time All-Star, and a 3-time gold medalist, Kobe Bryant stood for what it means to be the best at what you do.
I don't normally get affected by people I don't know, but that one, I found out right before the game. And we didn't tell the team. I mean, Daniel Oturu is a humongous Kobe Bryant fan, and he was devastated after the game. I mean, in tears.
Players didn't just marvel at his achievements. Anyone who prioritizes work ethic idolized Bryant.
It's real sad. It's like, a person that we all look up to, that we grew up watching, that, helped us love the game.
And his stature as an unwavering competitor commanded respect from the basketball community.
I started to say something about it because I used to work out with him one-on-one every day his last year of high school before he went to the NBA. Life is short. You never know what's going to happen. And moments like this, you get even more appreciative.
How sad I am for his family. He kind of stood for everything I believe in. He was, according to Irvin, the hardest working guy in America. He had all the talent, he had all the money, and makes you appreciate and understand that life is sometimes too short.
Bryant also used his platform to elevate women's basketball. Organizations across both the NBA and the WNBA recognized him tonight. Minnesota's teams released a statement saying, in part, the Minnesota Timberwolves and Lynx organization is deeply saddened by the passing of NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter Gianna, and those affected in today's tragedy. Few players have had the worldwide impact on the game of basketball that Kobe did. And of course, he took that legacy with him off the court and continued that on through others that he influenced.
Norman, thank you.
The Dynamite's nonprofit uses sports, faith, and academics to build better youth.
Just restoring that camaraderie in the neighborhood
and to build relationships. Just this week, 2 Minneapolis police officers, including Chief Arredondo, played football with him.
The kids just loved it.
Oh, that felt really great. Instead of watching us, they were just playing with us and talking to us.
And that's basically how, and if you have the same sport, you can probably talk about what do you do, what do you play.
This is the focus of the development happening at St. Paul's Treasure Island Center.
I think with the police, I think that would be an important one. But having a safe place for that type of integration is important and hasn't been well accomplished yet.
Ben Utek played tight end for the Gophers and the Indianapolis Colts, and he says empathy made all the difference to the teams.
And replicating it in the businesses that we have in this great state is what we have to do. Because, now is a time for change. And if we're going to change, let's change the right way.
Athletic training, wellness clinic, Ninja Warrior style training to put everyone in one place.
And it will help bridge the divide, hopefully, between the community and public servants. And, as a bonus,
and set a standard for how we can bring restoration, how we can bring hope. And to me, that's a mission that I want to get behind.
Young boys and girls, they're the future of America. Just like you said, with them seeing us as people first. And what better way to bring people together with sports?
And if the Dynamites are any indication how this might go,
just talk to them. It'll be fun.
We don't argue, but we have our disagreements, and we just talk about it sometimes, and we put our point of view, and then we just talk about it.
It's a promising effort. Norman Seawright, WCCO 4 News.
So we spoke with one man who believes food can heal us all.
We are 2 bad weeks away from not being able to make payroll, no matter how successful you are.
So the question in mind is, when restaurants are closed, when sports arenas like Target Center cannot use its food, what do people like David Fema do?
At the end of the day, what else can we do? All we know how to do is cook. So and all that people can do right now is eat.
That's why he joined with other restaurant owners earlier this week to give away food to others who work in the industry. And because he's also the Minnesota Timberwolves executive chef, they got on board too.
We use our platform, our partnership with the Timberwolves, the Target Center, and Levy to do a lot of good. So when you call on them, and you know, my dad used to say, let your actions tell your story, but don't tell a story about what you're going to do. And that's really what this organization is all about. They've always been that way, and I've known them forever to be that way.
Food and sport are alike in a way.
We are out there all the time. We're constantly monitored, criticized, scrutinized. Does he make three-pointers? Is his soup good? There's something about when you are in the public eye a lot that makes you, that opens up or closes your heart.
And in a time where we can use a little goodwill from each other.
If we do this right, and that's what I love about the organization and what they're doing, we gonna come out closer, tighter, less critical of each other and of other people. But I'm biased. I think food will heal everything, and it's a big bias.
The University of St. Thomas is in the process of preparing itself for its brand new Division I conferences. Most of its competition outside of football, women's hockey, men's hockey, all be done in the Summit League. It's a great fit, but there is work to do. Yeah, from an outside looking in perspective, it felt like this kind of had to move pretty quickly as far as getting invited to these conferences.
Yeah, I'd say that it's moved very quickly. 14 months ago, we learned of our fate in the MIAC, and within just over a year's time, not only have we engaged in conversations with several different conferences, we've worked with the NCAA to do something that's really unprecedented. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that we've worked as quickly as we did. I think certainly our institutional profile helped to expedite that a little bit. I think the unprecedented circumstances have helped to expedite that a little bit. Great partners with the commissioners of the conferences with whom we're working have helped to expedite that as well. And the fact that we had a time frame. By next summer we had to find a place to go. And so that timetable certainly helped to push this along as well.
How do you anticipate going about building or growing the fan base here?
Well, again, as I've said, the Twin Cities and the state of Minnesota really supports their sports, their local sports, whether it's high school, college, or professional sports. They get behind their sports, and I would like to believe that this is something our community is going to get behind. We've got 110,000 alumni, most of which live in the Twin Cities area. And so I've got high expectations that we'll have a lot of engagement from fans. And not just on campus. As we travel, I'd like to see our fans travel with us as well.
Have you all had, or do you anticipate any sort of logistical problems as far as the transition goes?
One thing that college athletics offers is a very cooperative spirit, collegial spirit. And so certainly there's a lot of thought sharing that happens between colleagues at all levels. And so I do expect that over time we'll share some thoughts, share some best practices. We certainly want to compete on the gridiron or on the court or on the field or the pool or the track or the ice. But when it comes to the business, it's only beneficial if all of us are successful.
So obviously the geographic fit is one thing, but how else do the Tommies fit into the Summit League?
It's a Division I profile. You have 10,000 students, your graduate programs are healthy. That really catches your eye. And then obviously, the winning culture, is attractive as well. And so you put all of that together, and the proximity to our members, we felt was just the right fit. We've been wanting to get in the Minnesota market for our brand, and now we're able to do that.
So now both Twin Cities have Division I athletics, and Aaron, it'll be interesting to see how this develops over the next few years, honestly.
Yeah, it's exciting for longtime fans as well, Norman.